I'm here with the CEO of Newtown School, Mr. Vineet Kansal. This seems like a completely different school. We have been to many schools.
Yeah.
What exactly? There's something about it which we cannot pinpoint. First of all, the design from outside. Can you tell us something more about the ideology behind it?
See, we have done the school with a lot of passion. I mean, you'll see that right from the moment you enter the school to till the moment you leave the school. So the ideology and the philosophy behind creating the school was to create something different. So we had no such, prerequisite plans that the school should be like this or the school should be like that. So when we started conceiving the idea, it all started building up. When we conceived the idea, when we started the construction, the plan started just building up. I mean, we had previous architects whose design we didn't like, so we went and for a new architect, he proposed a certain design, we liked the design, so it just started building up. So the idea was always to create something very different, something Calcutta was not prepared for. So our intentions was very clear that since we are not coming up with a brand, the design, the architecture, infrastructure just being one part of it, even the core philosophy of a school, which happens to be academics, sports, extracurricular, everything was well taken care of to ensure that we bring in something in Calcutta which is totally different, which generally, if you go to the so-called western or the northern part of the country, you'll find the best schools there giving that curriculum. So right from the very beginning, our idea was to create something very different, and that is what we have done in the school.
And do you think you have succeeded on that front?
It is well evident from the fact with the numbers we have right now. I'm sure that you are aware of the capacity that we currently have in this fourth academic session. We started school in 2015 with a modest number of 500, which is pretty good in the first year. And right now we have just started a fourth academic session with a strength of around 2,700 students.
Wow.
So
and it's going to grow, keep growing, or?
See, we are going to keep delivering. The team that we have, the focus and the philosophy that we have is very clear that we'll just keep on delivering. We are not, we are not too concerned about, how we have been conceived or how we have been perceived. We are just going to go on doing good work. So we are very clear on the fact that we are just going to go on delivering in terms of academics, extracurricular, in terms of providing the best facilities to the students. And that is what we have been doing from day one. That is the core mantra why we have succeeded and why we have come to this stage, from where we started. So very few schools, I don't know, I think it's a case study for any school in a country which is so new with practically no brand to rise with such big numbers in the last 4 years, and we are proud of it actually.
Yeah, it's simply wonderful. I have received feedback from a lot of players here, world-class players, who have said that the playing hall and the new town, in fact, the area where they are playing is wonderful. So that speaks a lot. Such a big event is taking place in your school, one of the biggest in Indian chess. How does chess play a role in your planning for this school?
See, honestly, we already have chess in our Saturday club activity. It is there from the past 2 years. I think it is there from the past 2 years. In fact, once we had rolled the Saturday club activity, Saturday club is basically an extracurricular activity that we give to the students, and it is held over 25 weeks over a year. So there are various clubs in that, like chess being one of it. We have self-defense, we have photography, animation. This year we have started with Scratch, that's a coding club. Then we have a mobile application development club. So the idea is to give these students that exposure, that on Saturday you come on rather than wasting time in the house doing nothing, you come pursue something which you may like in the future.
So instead of being a holiday and sitting at home, they do come to school for this.
Absolutely. I mean, there are students who have really picked up these activities, and they're doing great in that. So chess was introduced around 2 years back, and with this big tournament happening in the school with so many grand masters, and there are around 35-40 countries participating, it is really exciting. Honestly, I was having a word with Mr. Barua also, and we had a very clear discussion that let's plan an inter-school chess competition in the school this year. So we have already had inter-school competitions for sports. Sports, we are the only school in Calcutta to have an inter-school competition in which around 45 schools in the city participates. So I'm confident that if chess comes, chess is given as an option for an inter school, we will be having a lot of good schools coming in. So we are going to take this up very seriously, and it's such a beautiful sport actually. Every sport has this USP about it. Yes. Yesterday I was having a word with Mr. Barua, so he told me something which is still playing in my mind. That if you are playing cricket or football, one bad day you forget about it in the evening. In chess, it's like if just one bad move, you have a sleepless night.
Yes.
So it's a very interesting game, and we are going to promote it. We're already doing it. We already have our kids, playing chess. So we are going to have a good big inter-school chess tournament very soon.
And that's amazing. You're supporting chess in such a big way. Final question. I have interviewed many CEOs of companies and of institutions, but you're the first one of a school that I'm interviewing. How difficult it is to be a CEO of a school?
I don't know how difficult it is. It is definitely exciting. It's an everyday challenge. I would say that not only for the CEO, because running a school. It seems so easy. When people keeps questioning or keeps asking you that what do you do till 9 o'clock in the night. So I would just like to say that last 4 years the way we have grown, a lot of effort has gone in. A lot of effort has gone in by the principal, by the CEO, by the directors, the whole team. So we are a young team actually. We are a very young team. As I said, we have worked very differently. So you'll not hear a lot of CEOs working in Calcutta schools. The basic model is basically of a principal. So that is why the school has been different. We have created those roles which is not there, which are not the basically the conventional roles. So we have created these roles to ensure that all different zones, all different profiles, or different I would say aspects of an organization are well taken care of. So it is difficult, but at the same time it is really annoying. It's basically a self satisfaction that we all have together created this beautiful infrastructure, and we are running it like a corporate actually.
Yeah. So economic sustainability is one of your main roles, or would you say that, or?
It's primarily everything. They're basically four people. Yeah, they're basically four people. The two directors, I'm there, principal is there. So these are the core team who is basically overlooking the entire operations of the school. So practically we are all into each other's domain. Okay. So that we all know what's happening. How it can be improvised, how it can be made better. So I would not solely take the credit of something, maybe finance or HR, or it's basically a collective effort, and the way we operating, it's more of a team effort that is going on. And we definitely have a wonderful team of people below us. Right from the teachers to the to the admin staff, to the technical team, to the accounts team, because the way we have integrated technology, the way we have integrated technology in finance, our HR department, plus our academics, it's not possible without having a good team who's ready to take up the challenge. So they all know that coming to a new school, which is different, which is there to actually work, which is there to create a difference, they come with a mindset that we have to work. So that makes things a little easier for us.
Well, Mr. Vineet, thank you so much for supporting chess in such a big way, and I hope that this continues.
My pleasure, my pleasure. We hope that we already know that this tournament is a big success, and we hope that many more schools and many more people take up chess very seriously. It's a beautiful sport actually. Thank you so much.